This program is designed to provide general information with regards to the subject matters covered. This information is given with the understanding that neither the hosts, guests, sponsors, or station are engaged in rendering any specific and personal, medical, financial, legal, counseling, professional service, or any advice. You should seek the services of competent professionals before applying or trying any suggested ideas.
Welcome to Behind the Scenes, for your half-assed entertainment news with no bullshit, with our hosts, the Baroness and Bear Fiorda, only on Talk 4 Me.
Welcome to Behind the Scenes. I'm your host, Summer Helene, the Baroness of Ayrshire and Glenlyon, and we are on with my co-host, Fuzzy Mick Snugglepants.
This is one of the better nicknames she's given me. But,
Bear Fiorda.
Yes, thank you very much. I appreciate that. And listen, I can walk in as a fighter with that nickname. That's what it how would I want to
cuddle pants?
Exactly, just like that. It's snuggle. They know I'm going to wrestle with them. Snuggle,
Snuggy
cuddle
bear,
pants.
Snuggy Bear McCuddle Pants.
Yes, and then when I hit them in the face, it's deceptive because they thought of something else.
I really want to put that on your paper for your fight in Mexico now.
You will not do that.
Why?
That is not an acceptable option at this point.
Why?
One, I've already registered.
Snuggy Bear.
Well, one, I've already registered my name, so there's that.
I'm gonna have them call out. I'm gonna tell Lex. Have them call out Snuggly Bear.
Oh, I don't. Oh, we'll see.
What do you say?
Little bear.
Yeah, I like that.
Funny.
It's fun. It's interesting. So we've got a lot going on in news.
Tell me about it.
Well, okay, I love it. So for those that don't know, I get my news from ChatGPT when I do my wrap up, and it takes me, I've cat hair on my face, and it takes me 4 tries. I'm like, okay, only give me factually relevant news. It still makes stuff up, so I have to go back. This is why
you gotta fact check it.
Well, that's why when people turn around, they're like, oh, I used ChatGPT to write my essay. I'm like, that's your funeral.
That's a terrible idea.
It's awful. It never gets anything right. Like, it's great to clean up language. So I'll put it in, I'll get the factual information, then I'll tell it, clean this up, make it funny. That it can do. It's very good at that. But giving factual information, I think there's a man sitting in jail because he had it do his legal brief.
Oh, I know there was 2 lawyers who got in trouble a while ago using ChatGPT to like cite sources in previous cases that happened to push their point. But I don't know about the other guy who got arrested for it. I just know those 2, I think, got kicked off.
Speaking of being arrested, John Bolton was indicted.
Who's John Bolton?
He pleaded not guilty. I believe he was part of Trump's previous team for 18 counts of mishandling classified information. Apparently, he kept showing government documents to friends so they could see it.
Wasn't there also an aide who got like really pissed off?
I know everyone's now. I'm going to say this.
Okay.
I know everyone is like, you guys are all tribal and you love your political side, but every administration has an idiot that does this. It's not one or the other. Every administration has some guy that's like, I'm going to show this to my family. How stupid are you?
Well, how stupid are you? There's the guy who got so mad that at people telling him on his Discord that he was had nothing to do with government. He wasn't important at all. And he put a ton of documents on Discord.
Well, John Bolton did that.
He was important.
John Bolton did the baby boomer version of that and put it out to his family on Facebook.
Oh, on Facebook. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Now, there was a press, this I support, by the way. There was a press Pentagon walkout. A bunch of journalists walked out rather than comply with the rules requiring Pentagon approval before reporting certain information. I love that. Now, I'm a huge proponent of free speech. Agreed. Now, I've seen both Democrats and Republicans try and pull this same thing where they control the media. I am against media censorship, period. Like, it's again, guys, just come back to the Commonwealth. Clearly, you're not doing well.
It shouldn't be political that your rights are being infringed upon. That's the bottom line.
The reason it becomes political is only half the country reports on it. You guys don't have Walter Cronkite in the evening news anymore, where you decide. What you have is independent journalists making their own decisions and pushing their point online. You don't actually have factual news anymore. One of the best is something called Ground News. They pay a bunch of people to advertise them. I am not paid by them, but I do encourage you to use them.
Just use a non-biased site to get your information. That's really
Al Jazeera is a pretty good one.
I never heard of that one, actually.
Yeah, anything from outside the country usually gives pretty good news. If you go to BBC Australia, BBC UK, you'll get very factual news about America because they don't care. In MMA news, ooh. I know we care about our country. We don't really care about yours. I mean, I do because I live here. This is my country by choice.
That's why I'm inclined to believe that we don't get fabricated news about other countries. Well, except right now, the ones that our current political office has an investment in some way.
You always, hold on, rewind. You always get fabricated. Those weapons of mass destruction you found, we guys always, America always has a vested interest.
If we care about it, we will lie about it.
You ran the Hawaiian Queen out because you wanted to plant bananas.
Because we had a vested interest in that area.
Yeah, no, I get it. You just get really pissed at my people because we colonized the entire world. I'd like to point out, sun still never sets on British soil. But
yeah, what a time for
y'all are the same. Like, you are no different than us. You are just as, and by the way, when people complain about, the Native Americans being colonized, they colonized each other. One tribe took over for another tribe. The only difference is they didn't have, there's a great book. It's called Guns, Germs, and Steel.
Yeah.
Not sponsored. Read it. If the natives had the ability to have won that war and taken over anyone, they would, because that's who we are as a people.
Yes,
we are monsters.
We're just overgrown ants. That's all we are. We love colonizing.
Right. Speaking of people fighting, Weidman is fighting Silva on the Jake Paul, Javonna Davis undercard. They're going to be boxing.
Oh, that fight got canceled, actually.
Seriously?
Well, the Davis and Paul one, as far as I'm aware, got canceled because there were some kind of issues where the commission decided, no, we don't want to allow a 65-pound space for them to be at, because it was like a cap of 195 or 90 pounds, and Javante was, I think, 140, 130, something like that. So they
your industry is dumb.
So they cut it off. The first it was okay, and then it was not okay. So I don't know if they're changing states to get a different commission, or if they're paying them off, or whatever's going to happen.
In other news, Snuggy Bear Mick Fuzzy Pants has a fight in Mexico.
Yep, I have multiple fights, 5 fights lined up over a period of 3 days, but likely 5 days, from November 16th through the 22nd in Monterey.
My only 2 rules are he can get brain damage, but he's not allowed to break his nose or crack his teeth.
Yeah, I like apparently those. I have to look good even if I am mentally unhinged. And
next question. What is this?
I broke my finger.
Doing what?
I broke my finger doing jiu-jitsu. I had grabbed onto the person's clothing with just my pinky and the meat of my palm, and he pulled away and it fractured right here.
So to be clear, you assaulted someone while trying to wrestle consensual. Them to the ground. So
we were already on the ground.
So you essayed someone.
No, what?
You essayed someone and they broke your finger.
They signed a contract. They technically signed a contract. They signed a waiver.
So
and we're already on the ground.
Were you okay? So you were on top of this person?
No,
they were on top of you.
We were equal. We were on equal playing fields, facing each other. I think I was sitting down and he was on one knee.
So you essayed someone?
No, I did not. Where are you getting this information
from? If I was laying that way with a man, would you consider it inappropriate?
I would consider you being attacked physically.
There you go. So you essayed someone.
I was being attacked physically, and so was he. And it was mutual combat. We were both getting attacked. I'm just going with you being a pervert. I didn't know this, but there are still states that have mutual combat laws, where if both parties have agreed to it and they fight, they cannot be arrested or fined for that fight.
Yes, that's normal.
No, I love that. California does not have that legal. You can't get away with that here.
No, you have to have it under a sanctioning body, but anyone can fight if they want.
And I think they should I got this from a different YouTuber. Shout out to the Fat Electrician.
What is that noise?
What, a roof?
No, you're kicking the table.
Oh, okay. We should do it in Chuck E. Cheese's. Because hear me out, right? Parents are already going to fight anyways because now they're drunk, full, and their kids are fighting over tickets. You might as well get a little bit of money for it, right? Let's make a competition out of it and offer them a grand prize if they become like the king of the hill sort of thing after they beat 5 other parents.
I like the idea of a cage fight in a Chuck E. Cheese.
Yeah. Not even a cage. Make it a ball pit. Let's have fun with it.
That's what I'm thinking. Alexis?
Oh, no. Here we go.
I love that idea. Let's see if we can do that.
Ball pit beatdown.
Alexis, please reach out to Chuck E. Cheese, see if they will let us put on a cage fight in one of their ball pits. Please and thank you. For those that don't know, Alexis Romero is my executive assistant. She's my private secretary. We've been working together. I got glared at for calling her executive assistant. I know that's a term that Americans use, but she is my private secretary and business partner. We've been working together for a decade, and she is terrifying. In other Hollywood news,
yes.
Diane Keaton passed. which made me really sad. She was one of my favorite actresses. For those that haven't seen it, watch a film called Father of the Bride and The First Wives Club. Those are two of my favorite roles. She's, of course, famous for Annie Hall and multiple other things, but Diane Keaton is probably one of the most interesting women in Hollywood.
Rest in peace, Diane Keaton.
It's sad. So we can talk more about you essaying that guy.
No, that's not a great segue, actually.
Okay. Well, in fashion, this is our segue. In fashion, Jonathan Anderson, if for those who don't know, I'm looking at my phone now. Jonathan Anderson left Loewe for Dior, and he made a dress that looks like a giant penis. If anybody has a chance, please go look at Dior's new runway show. Most everything they did, I really didn't like. And I usually love Dior, and I love Jonathan Anderson, so I don't know why I didn't like this. But one dress looked like a penis. It had these two big dangle round things on the front, and then the girl shot up from the center. Not a great look. And the new Lady Dior bag has one strap and leans forward. It's cute, but I'm afraid if I fill it, it'll tip. And I am a handbag aficionado. We're not going to discuss how many handbags or how much it costs.
Listen, your handbag, you have a wonderful handbag collection. It wasn't overtly expensive in the long run.
Compared to what? The house?
Yes, actually, compared to the house.
Mm-hmm. What about my? I have a very extensive handbag and jewelry collection. Then we have Chanel, Matthew Blasey. He came over. He was over at Celine, Calvin Klein. He was Bottega Veneta before. I didn't mind the Chanel show. And then we had Balenciaga.
Fair enough. Did they put out more BDSM bears, or
here's the problem? So the previous director from Balenciaga, I'm not going to say his name because I'm not giving him prize, just went over to Gucci. Gucci's really trying to downplay his involvement, and Balenciaga, it's funny, Balenciaga's new director, I don't mind, but I have a real problem with Balenciaga, and it does have to do with the whole children BDSM thing. I was really bothered by that. I get they were going for the shock factor, but I specifically have fostered and adopted children over the years that have been physically and sexually abused. So to use a campaign where you're showing child abuse and child sexual exploitation, to me, is very, very problematic. I'm horrified that Gucci, and I am a big Gucci buyer, or let me rephrase that. I was a big Gucci buyer.
Mm-hmm.
And Alexis was looking at some bumblebee earrings from Gucci, and I'm like, I will go chase down Dior's version, but I cannot in me go to Gucci for that anymore. I will not buy Gucci as long as he is there. And I still don't buy Balenciaga. Schiaparelli is actually my favorite right now. They did an amazing.
Who's Schiaparelli?
Schiaparelli's the one that does all of the earring jewelry and everything.
No, I have no idea. I'm sorry.
Noses, faces. What's going on in the background? I see Alexis.
To be fair to my knowledge, before we jump into that, you've told me about David Yurman 1,000 times, and every time you show me the same ring, I have no idea what it is. I still ask you who made the ring.
Cool.
All right, very good.
So I hear you there.
Yeah, it's not a big.
Don't insult David Yurman.
No, I'm not insulting it. A great designer.
You literally bought me a David Yurman ring.
Maker.
You literally bought me a David Yurman ring.
And I don't know, and I forget his name. I'm sorry. It's pretty. Does that help? I can picture it right now in my head.
Anywho, so the lead designer for New Gucci is the guy that put together the children's BDSM campaign. And the worst part is I loved the short storybook he put together for his new designs at Gucci. I thought it was great. I think he's incredibly talented. But because I deal with children that have been physically and sexually abused,
right,
I don't have it in me to do that. I just don't.
You know what? There's nothing wrong with that. Absolutely nothing wrong with that at all.
Okay. Well, I know we have guests, so we're going to get everyone on.
Yeah. Welcome to the show, Shogun and Septimius. How you guys doing today?
You literally mispronounced both names.
I didn't.
No, it's fine. I'm used to my name being murdered all the time, so I'm okay.
Can you?
Shagun Gupta.
Okay, thank you.
You said it right. I have worked with Septimius for many years now, he still can't say it right. And I've gotten used to it.
Exactly.
Oh my goodness. I'd like to remind everyone, every time he uses bad language, we give money to the Boys and Girls Club of America, the Humane Society of America, and Free MMA. We swear because we care.
The fuck we do.
No, that's actually the Sean Patrick Flaherty rule. He's a lovely Irishman. He was in a great film called The Boondock Saints. He said the F word 73 times in 30 minutes live at Comic-Con.
Wow.
So yeah.
Coherently. It wasn't unnecessary.
Amazingly, it was part of his speech. So I'm going to invite you both. I'm actually going to start. We're going to say ladies first. Shagun, can you tell everyone about yourself, please, and what you're doing? I know we're going to be at your show coming up.
Oh, yes, absolutely. Okay, so the name of my company is LA Fashion Closet, and we do a lot of fashion shows and fashion weeks all across the globe. So we started in Los Angeles, we went to Vegas, then this year we went to Milan, Zurich, Cannes, and we are back in Los Angeles now. And the next stop is going to be India, New Delhi on January 3rd. We have Dubai coming up. We have a couple of locations I'm not going to disclose right now, but I'm working on it. So, there's a bunch of stuff coming up. And the tagline for our shows is Fashion Beyond Borders. So basically, we are all about inclusivity. We're about diversity. We want to include all kinds of designers, all kind of wear, sustainability. We want to promote causes. That's why when we do shows, we don't just do fashion shows or fashion weeks. We don't just have models who come in and walk the runway and go away, but we promote cause. Like last year when we did the Los Angeles Fashion Week, we had a premiere of a movie called Paro, which was about bridal slavery. So we did that premiere. We had a bunch of people who came in. So we promoted that particular cause. Now this time we're doing a summit. And the summit is called Fashion Beyond Borders, where we're inviting our designers, our experienced designers who have stories to tell. So we're going to put them up on the stage where they're going to talk about their experiences, their struggle and everything. And we're inviting a bunch of students from fashion schools to come in and to listen to them and ask questions. And we are going to take this summit called Fashion Beyond Borders with us everywhere across the globe, wherever we go. We're going to have one again in India in January sometime. So that is the whole idea, that we want to do fashion, but we want to do fashion with a cause. We want to promote it. We want to include as many people of different ethnicities, nationalities, countries, and we want to make it truly, truly global.
I like that. That's a good way of putting it.
It's a great message, too.
Full disclosure, so in case anyone knows, I'm actually in talks with both TLC and Hallmark to do a show following LA Fashion Closet. That's already been discussed. We've been going with them. So I know everyone finds out later when this happens. They're like, you had her on and you didn't say this. I don't want to get yelled at later. Full disclosure, we're actually looking at doing this as a TV show. So I think what they're doing is incredible. And the ongoing host over there, Septimius, would you please tell us about yourself, what you're doing, and what's going on? You're on set right now.
Yeah. Well, the good thing, I got a chance to be home offset just for you guys. So it's perfect.
I appreciate that. Thank you very, very much.
Yes. So my name is Septimius The Great. I am a Grammy-winning music artist, international award music artist, but also an actor, fashion designer, and of course the host for LA Fashion Closet's Fashion Beyond Borders. Yep.
I love that. You're going to have to, Bear's actually going to be hosting a fashion show come, I believe, November. You're going to have to call him and find out how.
Okay.
Yeah, it kind of just happened, and I'm going to be pretty shit at it, and I would like some help.
The first thing he said, because the person he's comparing himself to is you, he's like, I can't sing and entertain like that. I can't dance. I'm like, no, they don't. Not everyone does that. It's okay. Breathe. Because he was looking at what you do.
No, I got you, Bear. We go way back. You're
the first. Yeah. I mean, every time he calls me on the stage to speak, I tell him, why are you calling me? That's what you there for.
He's the most, for those that have not seen him, look him up. He is the most entertaining. You know how like Dos Equis has like the most interesting man in the world? He is the most entertaining man in the world. Genuinely. The most entertaining and generous and sweet to a fault.
Mm-hmm. Thank you.
Thank you. You were the first host I got to meet when I had my very first walk ever, and you are the best host I've watched. You have great crowds and bad crowds, and no matter what, the energy is always the same. So I think that it's wonderful to watch you perform, and I need help. I buttered you up. I need advice.
You know what's going to turn into? How about instead of I do this, you do this?
Right.
Hiding behind
just rope him in.
I love it.
So what now with you guys? What got you guys together doing this?
It's so you want Shagun, you want me to do Shagun? You want me to you want me to do it, or you want to explain it?
Well, you know, it just all started actually not too long ago, a couple of years ago. And, you know, Instagram, you know, we find everybody on Instagram all the time. So, I mean, we're just looking around for hosts and everything. It was our very first show in Los Angeles. And I happened to bump into Septimius's profile. Somebody actually recommended to me. I looked at it. I was like, great, let's have a conversation. And then he talked and we talked, and it's been 2 years ever since, and we're still talking. So.
Oh yeah, it's been a phenomenal connection because fashion is where I started at before music artists and everything else. Fashion is where I started. So when I moved to LA,
you reverse Kanye. That's a reverse Kanye.
Exactly. I started off as a model back in Baltimore, Maryland. Back in high school, I was very quiet, wouldn't speak in front of people. You know, I just was just in my shell, and fashion brought me out of the shell, and here I am. But when I moved to LA about almost 3 years ago now, I was introduced to Shagun and what she was doing. I was like, finally, a fashion production that really believes in the production of the show and not just getting people in the door. So that's what attracted me to it, and been there ever since. It's been a year and a half.
I gotta say, that was one of the things with Dior when we were out looking at it. It's dead. It was. Have you seen it? It's just dry. The host was all. It's nice to see a show that entertains. Fashion used to entertain.
Right.
I'm seeing more and more. I'll give Balenciaga. Balenciaga still does the entertaining. It's still not into the whole child BDSM thing, but other than that, they do shows that entertain. And you guys do a show that entertains. It's not just fashion, it's a show.
Well, that's why I was really glad that Shagun was allowed me to be me, because I've done a lot of shows, like you said. It's very, very little words, no interaction, just very boring, no energy. And that's just not me. I want people to enjoy it, remember it, feel it, and be a part of it. And she allows me to like go on stage and be me, and I have fun.
And that's become our signature thing now. Like, you know, when we went to Europe, we were told, oh, the shows are really different in Europe. And, you know, the energy is different. You don't dance around. You don't do that. You just do the business, fashion, and come back. I said, no, that's not us. You know, we are going to go entertain. Septimius is going to do his thing. And that's what makes us different. And the same with India. Like, you know, I am Indian. I was born and raised in India. I know how shows work in India. But when we go there this time, we're going to bring our signature style to India. And that is the whole idea. So, yes, absolutely. I mean, Septimius does his thing, and I'm very happy with what he does. And yes, I do give him a lot of freedom. I only give freedom to people I trust.
That's good. That is a good choice. That's a good choice.
And you know what? I really love that you guys not only work together, but you mesh well, and you guys have that room to say, hey, I love how your style works. I want you to be able to express yourself, and it will only make our show better. Now, I was curious, though, because I can imagine maybe neither one of you were telling your friends on the playground, hey, I'm going to be a model and Grammy award-winning songwriter, and I'm gonna open up a fashion show that supports causes from around the world. So what kind of got you both into this industry?
Well, Yeah, sure. Okay. I mean, I was already doing a bunch of shows, but I was not doing fashion weeks or fashion shows. I was doing a lot of local community shows with regards to women empowerment. I was working a lot with Indian women, and I was doing those shows at a much smaller scale. Then I got associated with some fashion week production brands, and I kind of work with them backstage, and I figured that there is bunch of opportunity areas here. I mean things are not going in the right direction. Things are not happening the way they should be. People are not getting their dues, the money that people are putting in. I don't think they're getting the right results. So I thought that maybe I can start something of my own, maybe at a smaller scale, at a smaller level, and then we can fix all of those issues, and then maybe turn this into a production that people will want to come to, people would like and want to keep coming back to. So that was the whole idea. So I wanted to start on a small scale, but we just started. I mean, I was blessed that people came forward to help, to support. People like Septimius and lots of other people came forward. And then we started big, actually. Our first show was at the W Hotel in Los Angeles. We got
Excellent.
25 designers from across the globe. Things just fell into place. So I think when your intentions are honest, things just fall into place. And our show was super successful. And then there was no looking back from there. So now we're going global, we're getting bigger, we're involving ministries and tourism ministries of different countries to make our show even bigger and better. So that's how I started. So I've been in business for a few years, but in fashion business for a couple of years. That's it.
Wow.
No, that's
That's
incredible.
incredible.
That's really incredible.
Yeah.
It's funny because we never get a chance to interview together. So, so I'm like learning things like, oh, really? Wow, that's right. But similar. I'm parallel to that. Like I started this whole artistry of music artists being on 2010. I woke up one day and I said, I'm going to be a music artist. And my friends was like, you're absolutely crazy. You know nothing about music. You never wrote a song. You never been in the studio. You don't know anything about music. I was like, yeah, but I want to try it. So I quickly evolved into a music artist. And then I've noticed that in my life, like with everyone, there's certain passions we all have. Some people say we shouldn't do it or shouldn't follow it because it's not the thing to do, or it's not the most popular thing, or it may not be profitable, whatever. But for me, I just try it. I just try and see if it works. So music artists turned into one song, two songs, an album, then the Grammys, and then all these awards. And since my base was fashion, I always kept the fashion aspect because I didn't want to be just the best music artist because the way I perform or the way I sing or rap or look. I want to put it all together, not being the best, just being me. And I chose the word Septimius, well, the name Septimius, because Septimius was a real Roman emperor from Africa.
Yep.
And Roman emperors brought cultures together to form an empire. So that is the way I think. I bring people together for different causes, religions, languages, you name it, just pulling them together for some kind of purpose. So that's kind of lines exactly what LA Fashion Closet with Shagun has done, because it fulfills what I'm after, which is not just being a music artist or just a designer or just a host. It's just bringing people together as one.
Actually, yeah, you guys' messages align really, really well together.
I love that.
That's wonderful to be able to hear that.
That's just incredible to me. Like, I'm doing really well at what I'm doing. I think I'm gonna go, like, you literally you pulled a Kanye. You're like, he's like, I conquered music, I'm gonna go do fashion. You're like, I'm done with fashion, but I'm gonna keep doing it. But then I'm gonna go get a Grammy.
Right.
That's not normal. Like, most people can't turn around and be like, I'm gonna try music. I think I'm going to get the highest award that music offers. Just I want to try music.
Right. Exactly. Thank you.
It's incredible.
It's something, Shagun, you just pointed out, and that is when you, I don't want to word this, when you're very diligent to a certain idea or concept, you want to put 100% into this goal, you find the right people will come to you and they want to help you and they want to be involved in what you're doing. when they see your passion, when they see your ideas and your goals, versus you trying to not coerce, but almost fake it. You have a separate means to an end. So, for example, we talked a lot about the production of your show, how much you care about making it a good show that brings people in organically that want to be involved and see it, instead of you running out there last minute, shoving tickets in people's hands, just trying to make it look good.
I will say, can you tell everyone where to get tickets to the show? Bear is going to be there. We always come out for their show. So if you all want to hang out with Bear, I know he's got an audience and it's all you young guys there. You would love
He's a good model, y'all. He's a good model too.
Oh, he's amazing on the runway. Oh my gosh. Yes.
I think his audience mostly follows him when he's punching people. So it's probably weird for them to see him do anything else.
I like to think I know how to not panic in front of a camera. I think that's about the stage I'm at as far as modeling goes. Like I'll walk to the line they tell me to walk to, and I'll turn around and hopefully not get in the other person's way.
My God, you're Forrest Gump. Okay. Where can everyone get tickets to your show?
He listens to instructions and he follows them. He's like a good student. So he's always on time. He sits there very patiently, calmly. He lets us do whatever we want to do to his face. He's very good.
Yeah. Who am I to infringe? It's not my day. It's not about me.
But yeah, tickets. Yeah, they can get tickets at www.lafashioncloset.com. Tickets are available.
That's beautiful.
Y'all, Bear will be there if you want to come say hi. If you want to come see Septimius, if you want to come see this, it's incredible. Now, with this, as far as the summit goes, can they buy a ticket separately to the summit if fashion is something people are interested in?
So it's a full day ticket. So whether they want to attend only the summit or the fashion show or both together. Summit starts at 2 p.m., ends at 4. Then the red carpet is from 4 to 5, and the fashion show begins at 5 p.m.
I'd like to remind everyone there will be no fighting there. So those of you that usually show up when we talk at Comic-Con or we do our TED Talks and stuff that try and wrestle Bear, do not try and wrestle him at Fashion Week. Not a thing.
If this is the place I'm thinking about, there is a
no. I said no. I said no. You are not wrestling anyone.
No fighting, no blood.
Yeah.
Right.
Exactly.
Yeah, your finger's already broken. You don't need any more.
I saw that. Yeah.
Hey,
it's a pretty shade of blue.
It's the life that we live. It's okay.
No, it's the life you live. Nobody else is like, do you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to get punched in the face for money.
Right.
All right. Now for you guys,
or learn how to not get punched. And
yes,
that's
the important part.
That is the goal. Sometimes we don't achieve it. That is the goal.
Exactly.
Now, where can people follow you online specifically, each of you?
Yes, well, you can follow me at Septimius The Great, which is SEPTIMIUS The Great, on all social media, all music platforms. If you even Google the name, it's only me. Yeah, I'm the only one.
I like that. That's brilliant. That's brilliant. I like that. And then, of course, guys, make sure you're following LA Fashion Closet. I'll put up a link to that. I'll put up a link to Septimius. Now, with your Grammy, tell me about your Grammy win. That is very important.
Yes. Well, I have 3 nominations total. One was in 2022 for Best Dance Album Collaboration, which was great. Then I got the actual win with the Best Reggae Album Collaboration in 2023. And then last year was another nomination. Get this. It was a collaboration for Best Contemporary Blues Album. So
you're just going to do it all.
You're very broad in your musical spectrum.
You're literally a Renaissance man.
Exactly.
I love that.
Someone called me the other day on an interview, the alchemist of entertainment. I was like, really?
Ooh, I like that.
Makes sense.
Together.
Just put it together. Yeah, exactly. So,
I like that.
Yeah, so that's and then this year I have another submission that did make the Grammy ballot. So we're going through voting season now, and we'll find out nominations on November 7th.
What subject is this one?
This I know, right?
What's the category this time?
Yeah. It's dance music.
Okay.
I'll be performing at the show live.
Called
For the Stars. Yep.
That's excellent. And I'm sorry, this seems a little off topic. I had this question loaded about 10 minutes ago, and I haven't had a chance to insert it yet. we've gotten very positive. We're talking a lot about the good things you guys are doing and doing for the people. But I think as well, we need to attach some motivation to it. And of course, at some point throughout your journeys, you're going to have had times and moments where both you respectively have decided this is awful, too much. I'm tired. I don't want this aspect, A, B, or C. So did you guys have a low moment
where you want to quit?
Times you wanted to quit.
Screw it. I'm done. I hate fashion.
Every show, every day.
Every show.
Oh my God.
Man, I show up and don't want to fucking be here. No, I'm kidding. I don't know.
Oh my gosh.
Well, I'm definitely talk from her perspective.
Oh yeah. I mean, it happens almost every day, especially 2 weeks before the show. I mean, every day, Septimius and I, we get together, we talk on the phone. Oh man, okay, this, okay, that. Basically, a bunch of broken promises, and people who say who would do something, they don't do it, and then I mean, I think this industry is such, where people don't respect their word too much, but that's fine. Every show that we do, we feel we got it, but we don't got it. We really, it's a struggle, but it's a good kind of struggle. It's something that we can handle, we can manage. As a team, though, it's very, very important to have a great team, and I'm so happy and blessed. I have a wonderful team. Everybody knows what their responsibilities are. Everybody can handle things by themselves. I don't have to run around people and all of that. So we handle stuff together. I mean, things happen all the time. Yeah. But eventually we know we are going to deliver a great show. And we all know that very well, no matter what the problem is.
I do have to tell y'all, the first time I met Shagun, she was walking around on a broken foot, had kept going to the doctor.
Right.
Right.
And so she's sitting there. She's putting this show on, walking around on a broken bone to do this. And I'm just looking at her like, you're insane. So upon my first meeting, I was like, great.
The show must go on.
Forget Margaret Thatcher. This is the Iron Lady. Like that's no. That was incredible.
You kept coming to me. What do you want? What do you want? Do you need medicine? Do you need pills?
I'm like, I have drugs, like not illegal ones, but I'm like, do you need medicine? I was really worried, just walking around on a busted bone.
She kept asking me, which drug do you want? I said, well, I'll tell you.
It's not as bad as it sounds.
We're trying to help.
Yes. But that's a great question, Bear, because we face a lot of challenges, fashion, music, TV, film, it's all the same. But I employ it. I mean, I try to speak also to people who think this lifestyle is just popping bottles, having fun, everything, and we just making millions of dollars, and it's just just wonderful. But the reality is, really being an entertainer or being in the entertainment world, 20% of your energy, of your whole existence is the fun part, but 80% of it is business. It's business, work. It's grind, it's work, it's just a lot of networking, and like Shagun was saying, just people who don't come through or really who they say they are. And it's a lot of fake and,
oh my God, yes.
Smoke and mirrors, right?
That's the one thing that always weirded me out about, and it's more in fashion. It happens in Hollywood, but specifically fashion more than anything. I see it. People just, I don't get it.
Yeah, it's crazy.
I don't get it. I don't get how you guys deal with it, because I'd have punched someone.
Right.
I'd have had him punch someone.
Right.
Like,
but and it's all about being I call it a creative chef. You have all of these pots on the stove. Some turn out good, some turn out bad, some are excellent. You got new recipes, but the ultimate goal is to have a great meal, a great show, a great performance, a great great fight, a great interview. So that's the ultimate thing. That's what keeps us all going.
I like that, because it means you're not getting bogged down by the little inconveniences that happen. Someone falls through, this thing didn't work out.
They're not
the goal at the end of the day. Well, so many people
they're not little.
They're
not little inconveniences when they're talking about people dropping out. It's
I'm
really
not trying
bad.
to minimize the struggle. I'm not trying to minimize the struggle. I'm
just saying, like, sometimes it's like the lighting guy didn't show up. Like it can be big. It's not,
you guys have your eyes on the prize. Is all I'm saying. That's really important to hear. I think too many people in life get really smashed or compressed down by the things that come up, the problems that occur in the middle of their journey or their attempt at whatever they're doing. But if you have that goal in mind, what you're going to achieve, no matter what, you will find a way to work around it, no matter how difficult.
MMA equivalent of somebody forgot to bring the ring.
Yeah,
exactly.
You're fighting the dirt.
That's what they do, and that's what's so incredible about it.
Actually, this brings up another question for me. In my industry, inevitably you get used to people saying they're going to do this, that, or the other who don't. I want to fight. I'm going to be here. I'm going to make this weight, whatever. But you tend to pick up on this person, this personality, how they're going to act leading up to this. All right, this guy's kind of sketchy. I know he's probably not going to come through. Is there a method for identifying something similar in your guys' field? What are you looking out for to maybe vet
they
this
can't
guy's going to show up
people in the face?
I'm just saying
they can't punch anyone.
Well, I would say, just from my perspective, that's why I employ those challenges, because the more challenges you go through, you really can pick up on those key factors really, really quick. And then you get to like we say, the lighting man doesn't show up, or the host or the music or DJ or whatever doesn't show up. You're like, oh, that's all you got? Because I know how to do blah, 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 blah. Because
that makes sense.
So yeah, so I employ it. I employ for those challenges to happen, because you learn so much, and the more you learn, the more valuable you are, and nothing can stand in your way when it comes to stuff. Yeah,
it's always been a learning experience with every show that we do. I tell everybody, there's one thing I learned always: who not to work with in the future. Yep. Always. There's always that one person with every show that you do. Not again. So we find a lot of good people. We find some not so good, but that's okay. You should know how to eliminate those people out of your life and still keep moving on.
I do have to say, one of the things I found most interesting is at your show, even when things are slow or there's an issue, I can't tell from the audience, because you control the audience so well. Where I know we were just in New York for Fashion Week. And this was one of the biggest shows. There was a whole bunch going on. Bear was walking, the whole thing. And from the audience, it was a mess. I mean, it was that big mess. Yeah. And their host was great. He, Prince Mario Max, he's incredible. He's a good host. Like, it was great. But, he's out there riffing, which, you have to do to get it done. But behind him, you can see people running back and forth behind the opening, things falling over. I'm like,
it was an experience.
It was unbelievable. So to keep it going, because something's always going to go wrong. What is the challenge? I know you have to be able to improvise, obviously, because there's always going to be the pause or the beat. What's the hardest part when something goes wrong?
I'll say the hardest part is because it's in every show. Every show, there's always a pause or something goes wrong. But I think the easy part for me is because I have been through it. That, like I was saying, I've been through it so many times. I know how to deflect real quick. However, when sometimes the things is so major where you don't have anything else to do, and it happens, but you have to be able to control your audience. The host is like the heartbeat of a show. Not to toot my own horn or anything, because I didn't start off as a host, but it's the heartbeat of the show. The show can be absolutely horrible models, horrible designers, horrible venue, everything can be horrible. But if the host has the crowd in their hand and making them have fun and keeping them engaged amongst all the storm that's going around, that's the most important part. But the hardest part about it is, Shagun could probably tell you this, is I'll get on a roll. I'll go out there and start talking and having fun. Next thing you know, I have the people in the audience on the stage doing runway or whatever. And they're like, okay, Septimius, that's enough. That's enough.
Sometimes you have to hold him back. Septimius, stop talking.
That is the best problem to have. Because I've been to shows. I went to a whatchamacallit, so I modeled for Victoria's Secret when I was like 16.
Oh, nice.
And that's where I started. Turns out I hate people. So modeling, wrong direction for me. Totally wrong. Don't like people, don't get along with them, think they're gross, doesn't work. So modeling's, not that sweet spot for me. But I'd watch the hosts, no matter who they were, even the musical artists come through. And it's always a mess behind the scenes. Doesn't matter what show it is, how big it is. You can go to New York Fashion Week, you can go to Paris, Dubai. It doesn't matter where you go. It's a mess. More often than not, the hosts have trouble engaging the audience. Fashion can take itself very seriously, especially when you get to those, the huge brands. They take themselves very, very seriously, and a good host like yourself can engage. Then you get the hosts that take themselves just as seriously as the fashion does.
Yeah,
never works.
Doesn't work.
No,
not at all.
It doesn't. And now I think about it, things that may or may not work. And you touched on this a little bit, Septimius, earlier on when we're discussing how if the real side of this industry can look. Don't expect to be popping bottles and making millions of dollars.
Yeah.
What is a tip, either one you can offer to an audience member out here that may be looking to get into fashion or hosting or anything to what you guys are doing now?
My number one, I used to say it at all the shows when I have breaks in between, is not to have an ego. Don't set your expectations that you're going to be a Kanye or Beyonce or whatever. Do not expect that. And then don't have an ego. It's like you can be, you are one of millions of people that can do the same thing, basically. So if you keep yourself humble and vulnerable and just have fun at it and not have that ego, that's the number one thing, because this industry will force you to have an ego, that you're the best of whatever. But just don't believe in that. Just believe in having fun and enjoying life. Yeah.
Yeah, totally. I mean, consistent in whatever you're doing. Just be consistent and always look at growing, do something different every single time, because there's so many people out there doing the same thing. How are you different? How would you have people come to you instead? So keep growing, do something different, be patient, and be honest. That's the biggest thing.
Yeah.
Be honest.
Oh my God. The level.
There you go.
So the level of nonsense people come up with in here. Oh, he's yelling at me because my microphone's down. Sorry, I'm holding the wrong hand up. Microphone's in the other hand. The level of nonsense that people come up with. I've done this, I've done this, I've done this. Hollywood's really small. I'm going to tell the audience this. Don't lie, we can check.
Yes.
I may not know you, but I know somebody that does.
Right.
So it's really small. You tell me you work somewhere, I promise I know someone there. You say you work in music, he's going to know someone. You say, it's a small industry.
It really is.
Don't blow smoke. Everyone will find out.
Please go ahead.
I'm saying it's as basic as be honest and keep your word. How hard can that be?
Yep. If you say you're going to do something, do it.
Yes.
Because really reputation matters more than anything. And I think that's something that people miss.
I think as well important is be careful where and how much you fluff, because there's always a little bit of extra pizzazz you throw on top of things when you speak. But I remember when I went to a certain gym out in Vegas, I met a very famous, much better fighter than me, and he has a reputation.
Sean Strickland. This was great. He nearly killed him.
No,
it's great.
But
Sean nearly killed him. It's fantastic.
But being humble, being honest, saved me. He asked me what my record looked like, and I said it's not great. It's kind of shit right now. And he's like, oh, I appreciate that, because everyone comes in here and tells me how great the record is, and then I beat the fuck out of them. So I'm really happy that wasn't you today. And so I'd say being a little more, not just humble, but we've got to watch that fluff, how much you really push, because if you can't deliver,
I'd also say
it can get you punched in the face.
It will. And also don't be friends with Sam Alvey, because what happened after that is Sam, who's friends with both of them, texted Sean Strickland, "You're lucky you didn't fight Bear. He'd have killed you." And then he texted Bear, "Run."
It's good. They're good friends. We had fun.
Sam's one of Bear's coaches, so it was a moment he was like, "Run." So I think that's the two lessons: be honest and don't be friends with Sam.
Yes.
Right.
And I love that both of you guys' answers kind of fit in the same. They're in the same sphere. Being humble, being honest, being consistent, it goes a long way in any industry. Doesn't matter which one you're in. If you want to be successful, you kind of need to have those traits nailed down.
Right. Exactly.
I think if you're a person of your word, you guys work together consistently. If one of you was dishonest with the other, you wouldn't be working, you wouldn't be able to build that relationship, and you wouldn't be moving forward. And I can tell you, one of the cells we were talking about is you being attached to this show when we're talking to TLC and we're talking to Hallmark. You being attached as a cell. One of the first things they ask is, who do you have? And so I'm having to create this list of influencers. I'm having to submit your following. I'm having to submit the show's following. All of that's really important in media now. And, you know, had you and she not worked so well together, that would have been a negative to even selling the show. So there's always a long reach in those relationships and what they bring.
Well, you mentioned about reputation. That's huge for me because I can strip away music artists, I can strip away fashion, TV, strip it all away, but who am I? And that's what this most reputation is everything to me. So I don't ever want to see anything negative about on the internet or someone comment or whatever, because especially if I caused it. So I'm very conscious on making sure the ship is always sailing smooth. No matter the storm is coming or been through a storm, it's really important. People get caught up in the industry, any industry. They just get caught up in this whole drama, but they don't understand that drama, especially in today's age, is stamped on the internet forever.
Yeah,
it's forever.
That is who you are now.
I'm going to go back to where you say don't buy into your own hype there. I always liken that to Scarface. Like, don't get high in your own supply. You can sell whatever you want, but you know, don't buy into your own hype. I absolutely love that. Guys, we are at the end of the show. Is there anything you would like to say to the audience aside from come to the show? I know most of the fans that watch are Bears, friends and fans and buddies and the people he punches. So come see him, come to the show. I promise you will like it. If you like MMA, you like all of that, and you like to be entertained, this is the most entertaining show in fashion. I'm not just saying that because I'm selling a TV show. I'm selling a TV show because it's the most entertaining show in fashion. Anything you guys want to say to the audience?
Well, I just want to say that, you know, I mean, I love what you guys do. You know, we love working together. And if you want to see that chemistry on the stage, of course, and you already said, come to the show. But, you know, just, you know, look forward to everything else that we have coming along, the TV show, the global, you know, travel that we're doing. So follow LA Fashion Closet, and you if you want to be a part of it, you know, we welcome you in any way. You want to collaborate with us, you want to come forward, you know, if we can work together in some way or whatever, you know, we're very open. We welcome, you know, everybody from every part of the world.
Yes, and definitely, like Shagun said, it's inclusive. You're gonna have fun. We're gonna laugh. We're gonna just look at all kind of cultures and people and designs and languages. It's just a fun opportunity just to get together. It's not just about fashion. It's just about really getting together and having a good time. And if you're not into fashion, you're more into MA fighting, trust me, you'll like it.
You'll like it. Yeah.
That's it. That's the idea. Enjoy yourself.
I've been going to fashion shows since I was 16. They are boring and pretentious. This one isn't. It is the most engaging, entertaining show, period. Come watch it. It's not just fashion. It's a show.
Exactly.
I love that.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
Oh, God, tell them when the show is.
Oh.
Yeah, go buy a ticket to find out.
Right. No. Next week.
So here we go. Come one, come all to the best show of them all. This Sunday, October 26th in Hollywood, California at the Academy LA. International designers, models, and audience. It's going to be phenomenal. This Sunday, October 26th. I'll see you there.
Woo-hoo! I'm cutting that as a soundbite that's going online. Excellent. Thank you guys for joining us on Behind the Scenes. Thank you to Septimius the Great. Thank you to Shagun Gupta. Make sure you check out LA Fashion Closet. And thank you for Bear. We are going to work on your pronunciation. I'm the Baroness. We are on with my co-host, Bear. This is Behind the Scenes. We'll see you next week.
Good night.
This has been Behind the Scenes with the Baroness and Bear Fiorda. Only on Talk 4 Media.